If he knows what, if he has what? Oh, possibly.
Meta watching, yeah. No, I'm gonna call and say something.
Oh, good.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Peters, I'm dooming.
Well, it's funny that you're dooming. You don't know the history behind the spot where you're dooming, do you?
All right. Well,
No.
make sure
That's where people used to go to
to
perma, and when I was in the DPD a long time ago.
Well,
Actually, before I was in the DPD. What, over the pred shit?
What?
Is that what you're dooming about?
Yeah,
Why?
because I think he's gonna fucking boot me out.
Dude, welcome to what I've had to deal with for the last 3 months and the fucking
Yeah, I
marshals
know.
up my...
I think he's gonna boot me out without a doubt. There's no doubt in my
yeah,
mind that he's gonna boot me out.
but why? But why?
Because I'm not gonna fire Bruce and I'm not gonna demote Aspen.
Do they need to
That's
be fired
exactly
and
what I
demoted?
Nope.
Yeah, but I mean, from his perspective.
From his perspective, yes, but he hasn't talked to the people and gotten their perspective and like the actual story. And I told him to, but he's like, oh, I'm too busy for. I'm the mayor. I've got way too much stuff on my plate. I'm not gonna do that. So it's like impossible. It's like, okay, you're gonna like say that this needs to happen and this should happen, but you're not going to say like, hey, I'll talk to them and hear their reasoning on why they did this, and like listen to them and admit that they fucked up and they were wrong, and like see their perspective. You don't take somebody and like fire them because they've made a mistake. You don't do that. Here's, I know me and you don't do that. You teach them how you can improve and how this can't happen again.
Yes, 100%.
And show them why. And that's what I did. That's what I did. I added DAPS for Bruce, and I did that. But I'm not going to fire the guy. I'm not. I don't think he was malicious. I don't think that he coerced that person at all. I know he didn't actually, because I talked to the person. But that's not how I am. I'm not gonna do that. If that's what takes me out of me changing my ways and like firing somebody instead of teaching them and moving on and making sure it doesn't happen again, then I'm gone.
Break this.
And that's just
Was
how
it?
is.
Did he say fired, or did he say you wanted? Did he want to
fired and he wants
reprimanded or fired? And now he wants
fired.
Aspen demoted.
And demoted. Fired and demoted. He said that guy should not be a part of the police force. He should have to get fired and then come back whenever the period is, whenever they can reapply. And listen, at face value, before I talked to him, I said that yesterday. I said he's fired then. And then I talked to everybody involved and got the real story and got everything that happened and realized that I got blown out of proportion and that's not actually what happened. And then I was like, okay, you need to make it clearer next time. That way this doesn't happen again. And I talked with Aspen about the whole PC for the warrant, and she understood.
Yeah.
Like, I spoke to everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? So from Fred's perspective, I see why he's doing that. It's
He
because
thinks that they're coming after him.
well, they
did come after him.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they were trying to
what
get him fired, you know, which now he's fucking answering fire with fire, which I don't think is necessarily the.
We've been doing that for fucking months, man. It's time for a change.
Yeah, I would. You want me to try to sit? You want me to try to sit down and like reason with them?
Please.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's. I don't think he's around today. But
fuck, and I'm not around.
You got to think of.
until
You got to
late.
think of something. Like I could try to talk to him, but were DAPs the only thing that happened to Bruce?
And we talked to him, reamed him out about it. The whole
Yeah, I think there's
situation,
got to be
like-
some kind of like fucking dumb training thing that we make Bruce do.
Okay, done, easy.
I know, but we'll come up with. I'll fucking. Are you gonna be around for a while today? Don't doom. Yeah, dooming doesn't get. Listen, if somebody.
Well, the another thing that I'm doing, there's a fucking legislation to get rid of the whole thing where he can like, the BCSO gives 5 names in the entire UPD that are officer plus for him to pick from. He doesn't even want that.
I know he's gonna make people run, and people are gonna fucking.
Yeah, and that's not gonna be good.
Well, it's gonna be great for me.
How is that great for you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm a fucking shoo-in.
Shoo-in?
Like, I'm pretty sure that I will just get the vote.
Oh, you want to be sheriff?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to do anything to sabotage you. I'm not going to do anything to sabotage you. And if shit doesn't change, I don't really give a fuck. I'm happy where I am, to be 100% honest. If I could get sheriff, or if I have the opportunity to, I will run, but I'm not going to do anything to sabotage you and Cassidy. Like I said, there was enough like between the marshals. I don't think you.
Peters.
Yeah.
Peters. What are you trying to enter into?
What do you mean?
You're entering into a department that's already established, has a culture, has a I guess a reputation with every single person.
The culture has been get rid of Moss and Peters the entire time.
That's not true. That's
not
true.
all of them.
Most
but...
like this department actually reminds me of a family.
Yes,
everybody, and you're gonna go in there and ruin that, and I don't get that.
Well, I didn't. Nobody even knows what I'm gonna do.
Well, yeah, but you're not gonna get You're not gonna be welcomed in there. They don't want me gone. I'm telling you that they don't.
I know, but like unfortunately, I mean, this like.
But why do you want to enter in that?
So throughout America, the sheriff is an elected position by the people, and it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily. It's like. Yeah. But I mean, look, I'm not.
This isn't America. We don't have that in the Constitution.
I mean, we don't not have it in the Constitution. I mean, it's set up the way it is, but the legislation can be amended.
Right. Listen, I got into my position from a public vote. I understand how that works. I understand how it can work, but I don't trust it. I don't.
So my counter argument for that would be it is a family. I understand that, but at the same time, the family is being dysfunctional, and you have seniors and sergeants that don't know the difference between PC and RS.
Yeah, and
which is kind of not a
reasonably that could have gone to court, and all he would have to do is put an affirmative defense out, and then it's thrown out, right? But the case could have been seen out in court. Absolutely, it could have been heard. As soon as he throws an affirmative defense, though, he wins the court case. That's just how it is.
I think the fact that it didn't go to court is a lot better for Bruce than that it.
100%. But we stepped in and stopped it and said, "Hey, this is a weak case." That's where we stepped in and stopped it.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're just gonna have to fucking. I think you guys had somebody that was somebody that supported you, and you guys did the best you could, and now it's kind of like, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna have entities working against you, and you're gonna have to do the best you can, and that's it. Like, so you're gonna have to kiss the ring. There's no other. I mean, I know.
I'm just shocked that you would enter in this.
Well, what are the options? I mean, for like
you're the assistant chief, and you built something in the LSPD, and you're just gonna ditch that?
I'm not ditching it. We're United Police Department.
You are.
Well, I mean, okay. So what are our options? So you and Cassidy run, right?
Right.
Who else runs?
And we make whatever 5 other names that the BCSO.
Well, no. I'm saying if that gets thrown out, which it will. That's right. So you have to think about the other thing is. You have to think about if Pred opens that up, right? Who are you and Cassidy going to be campaigning against? You could win. You could fucking win. You know what I mean? Even if I don't run, you guys are going to have other competition. Who's to say that Skyfae and Vivian don't want to take over? Which, I mean, if they wanted to run that department, great. What's to stop people from voting for them? What if Ruby York and somebody else want to do it? I mean, you guys are going to have a ton.
I'm just shocked it's you. They're not the assistant chief of the LSPD.
Right, but
an entire like reversion of a LSPD over the past 3 months, right?
Yeah, 3 months.
And you're just gonna dip out of that?
Well, not necessarily. I'd be working hand in hand with Boss, and then I would also attack the LSPD and fucking go full blown war with the LSPD and beat up Carmine in the back of an alley every day and call them Nino's street team and Ninos Ninos and I mean, there's a whole other thing, but I mean, you got to think if it's not me, then who else is it going to be? Who's to say that Pred doesn't amend it and say you can only serve 2 terms as sheriff? You know what I mean?
I didn't really necessarily. Do you count my first term as a first term, whatever it wasn't even a full term?
I mean, it could. There's a ton of. I think as far as like
I didn't even get a full term. And the government got restructured, and I had to fucking fight for my position again.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's to say?
Because of a court case that I did.
Well, what if Cornwood comes back and takes over?
Okay, all these you're saying a bunch of what ifs, but I'm talking about you specifically.
Do you think
these are other people?
Right. Do you think all those are, or do you think all those are better if I fucking...
I think there's a lot of better options than you for the BCSO in terms of how this department's going to handle it. I think a lot of people are going to just say no and be like, Peters, no, fuck off.
Okay. I mean, that's people's opinion. You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm just saying, like, how.
And you know what I would say to them, Bones? I would say,
go off duty.
No, I wouldn't. I'd say, get on board or get the fuck out. And if you don't,
exactly.
And then you know what else I would say? And if you think I'm bluffing, ask Callista Bell.
Okay, and that would work great. I'm sure that would work great for the overall PD.
I think it would.
That's what we need.
What do you mean? I think it is. We don't have people doing police work. The issue is the
PD right now is where it should have been 8 months ago.
Yes, you're 100% right. I think it needs to be. I think it needs to be better. But there's officers.
It does, but look how behind we were. And then this shakeup. If you think that's going to improve anything, you're crazy. I know you don't think that.
Right. Is the LSPD in a better spot than it was 4 months ago?
Is the BCSO in a better spot than it was 4 months ago?
I don't think
guess
you.
What? We went from 12 officers to 75.
Right. I know. I think you should have stayed at 12 officers. If I'm being 100% honest with you.
I don't. The amount of good people that we've added, and we wouldn't have had it in this police department that have just showed up every day and put in work. You can't replace that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they shouldn't. No. I'm not saying they shouldn't be cops, right? I'm not saying they shouldn't have.
Those people were great. A lot of the people in BCSO are great.
Right.
That's what I don't get.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't be cops, but I generally think the BCSO was designed to be a small department, and those people should have been LSPD. But I mean, that's just a matter of opinion, right?
We didn't have numbers, and the thing is, LSP didn't have trainers. They didn't have people that could even bring in cadets. They didn't have that. So guess what? In terms of wanting numbers for a police department, we recruited. We had to. We had our own PNT. We did our own academies, so we did as much as we could that our department could handle, and our FTOs wouldn't burn out.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude. Like, we could go back and forth on. I guess you're right. Like you brought up, like what ifs and all this other shit. I think staying solution oriented is you're just gonna have to fucking learn to play ball with Pred. That's it. If you don't want to lose your position.
I want to, but I'm not going to fire these people. I have morals and standards that I will never fold on.
I mean, well, the other thing is it worth you? This is something you're going to have to ask yourself. If you truly believe that you want to save the police department, is it worth sacrificing 2 people to save the greater good of your police department? That's the position you're going to be in. Are you going to fire 2 people and save 70, or are you going to fuck 70 by saving the 2?
Or someone could speak logically into Pred's head and maybe get it to him that
I don't think
not going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think you and I both know that's not going to happen.
Well,
but I mean,
I don't know.
I
we'll see what happens.
Weigh it out. I mean, listen, I'll try to talk to him. Like I said, I don't want to work against you guys. I think that you know, like I keep saying, last season was its own thing. We're moving forward. We're kind of going forward.
You do though. You want to be a sheriff.
That's if it. No. I'm not working against you. That's if shit changes. I'm gonna run for sheriff. Why wouldn't I run for that opportunity?
Okay.
But so like genuinely, Bones.
Through, that's what you're gonna go. You're gonna run for it.
If Pred opens it up to run for sheriff, I'm going to run for sheriff. If it stays, either way, I don't give a fuck. I'm happy where I am. If I can be sheriff, then I would love to be sheriff. If not, like, I want you and Cassidy to do well. So that being said, it's like I'm not going to do anything to sabotage you, even with the potential of me becoming sheriff, because I think it's petty and it's fucked up that people were trying to constantly disbar me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
and that's as much as we could have impeached you, we didn't, because guess what? That would open up a fucking.
I don't think there's anything it could have been impeached for, to be 100% honest.
I do. I mean, either way, past that.
There's literally nothing I could have been impeached for.
Yeah, I just
there's literally nothing that I could have been impeached for.
With all that, so we'll see. I'm just interested I'm surprised that you actually want to do that. But I appreciate you telling me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shoot you straight. I'm not gonna like, you know, slither behind your back and fucking do all this shit that again, like enough of the negatives. Like, look, I'm here. Whatever you guys need, I'll try to help out with. And I think bottom line, that's it.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Later.